What's going down? What's going down? It's your boy T. Cole.
And your boy X-Rated 2, just like you, coming to you live from Knocking Them Ankles Loose, baby.
And this is the Outnumbered effect.
OE!
What's going down? Happy New Year. That was trash.
That was weak.
That was trash.
Oh, my God. That was worse. Hey, we don't act like that didn't happen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Happy New Year. First time doing the video of the Outnumbered Effect podcast. We have a very special show for y'all today. You know, we typically do audio. We're trying to go into 2020 doing a new thing. Going forward, we will have some video. Can't promise you it's going to be all the time, but we will have some video for certain special occasions and certain guests, depending on what's happening. But today, we have a very special show.
If you follow the IG, you will be updated on each and every episode coming to you live. But just like T. Cole said, it's a special episode. It's our top 5 episode, man, and we really hope y'all enjoy this. Like,
Yes,
we have fun making it. So
Yeah,
putting it together. Should I say?
putting it together. Yeah, we
my
had
bad.
fun doing that. So it's a top 5 episode. We have several different categories that we would like to run through that we think what was our top 5 of the year. And the very first category that we want to talk about are the top 5 songs. So not only are you going to get my top 5, you're going to get X's top 5 too. So I'm looking forward to that. I really, really am.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's going down. So X is first with his number 5. Why don't you tell them what your number 5 was and why you felt like it was number 5 to you?
Man, if I'm going to be honest, this was like a last minute. My number 5 was Freaky by Tory Lanez.
Okay.
And
Okay.
man, I don't know, man. I just listened to it and like I just started getting a certain type of vibe, and I'm just like, bruh, like this song is actually really nice. Like, bruh, I could be in any mood, and the next thing I know, I play Freaky, and
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I'm not a big Tory fan. I love Chicks Tape 5, and I loved his last album before that. But to be honest with you, I can't even tell you what Freaky is. I know what Freaky is, you know what I mean? But
she can get freaky, and that's it. Hey, let me stop.
But to be honest, bro, like,
I feel you.
I'm probably gonna have to listen to this after this podcast because that's not a memorable song for me. But it's your song and your top 5, so I love it.
To be honest, I just threw it on the list. Like, it
Ah,
was so many songs
it's hard,
to choose
bro.
from, bro.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Let me just.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm gonna just put it out there. I got an honorable mention song. It's not on the list, but I really wanted to put Cash Shit from Meg Thee Stallion and the Baby in there. Like,
Bro.
that really could have made my top 5. But number 5 for me is The London.
Okay.
The London.
Yeah.
From Young Thug, J. Cole, and Travis Scott. To me, I had to put that song in my top 5 because I felt like J. Cole had the best verse of the year with that song. So there's no way that I couldn't put that in my top 5 songs because J. Cole had the best verse of the year with his.
Oh, you gotta.
It was hard. I loved his verse. He
I feel
made
you.
the song. I'm not a big Young Thug fan. The more I listen to the song, like, his verse is okay, but I enjoyed the song, and that's why it was my number 5 because J. Cole had the best verse of the year, so I had to show love. I had to.
I can't wait to tell you my verse of the year is because it's in my top 5 for the song. But
Yeah.
you'll see. You'll see.
Okay. Okay.
But it was so hard, man, because making this, like, this was the hardest top 5 list I had to make for, like, all the topics we're doing today. Because everything else, easy. Like, it was either, like, 6, 7 picks.
I'm gonna
just eliminate. But this one was, like, 25 picks. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just.
I'm going to have to agree with you, bro. I think it was pretty hard for me, too. But like you said, like that last one, like I felt like there were 3 that you were like, yeah, definitely. But those last 2 really just had to shuffle through. And to be honest, like, it's debatable. Like,
Yeah, it really is. Like,
yeah, it's debatable.
man, but let me get down to my number 4, bro.
Hey.
Ooh! Middle Child by J. Cole.
Love it.
Love it, man.
Love
like, I think that was a great single to drop before Dream Chasers 3. And, oh, my gosh, man. Like,
You mean Revenge of the Dreamers?
Revenge of the Dreamers. I'm tripping.
Yes. No Meek Mill.
Meek Mill. Oh, man. Hey, shout out to Meek Mill, though. He's still great.
Oh.
He's still great.
Oh, did you mean the Reason Middle Child freestyle? Is that what you
Man,
meant?
I couldn't find an actual image, so I apologize. Hey, just I don't know, deal with it. I ain't got nothing else to say. But man, like just the message behind it and how he hyped it up on Twitter, like, bruh, J. Cole's that dude.
He really was. I love the song too.
Yeah, like I was actually debating on this being my number one because I love I love his visuals too. The music video for Middle Child was dope. So.
I can totally feel you on that.
Yeah.
It's just a dope song.
I
love
really
Middle Child.
It really is.
I loved it. My number 4 is Big Sean Overtime. Now, when Big Sean dropped that song, that was debatable, almost really song of the year for me. Honestly, like when I first heard the song, I was like, "What?" And then when the beat switched with the Wesley Snipes line,
yes! Oh my! I got so hyped. I was like,
bruh, when the beat switched, and then he just kept dropping songs. Still disappointed. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a Big Sean album because it's already about to be the first, so we're not gonna get one before the end of the year.
If I'm being so honest, if he would have dropped the album this year, I legit would not have been surprised if it was my number 1 album of the year. Like Overtime, Single Again, and then Berserk.
I think
that's a good line of singles.
I think when he drops his album, it's gonna be live.
I feel it.
It's gonna be live.
Yeah,
it
man.
definitely is. I'm looking forward to it. The artwork for it was nice. He's looking a little bit different. He's focusing on his mental health. So
yeah.
Hey, Overtime. I still listen to that song. That song is still
in
my rotation.
To be honest, I need to go back and listen to it just to. I mean, I was listening to it as I made the list, but just to like refresh it in my memory. Shit, I'm gonna go to my number 3.
What's your number 3, bro?
ADHD by Joyner Lucas.
Ooh!
I say that, and yes, I know the album name is ADHD, but he has a song, ADHD.
I think that's my favorite Joyner Lucas song, to be honest. Like, out of
Really?
all the songs I've heard, I think that's honestly my favorite. Like, I just love the way he's rapping on there, and then he's kind of singing a little bit too.
Yeah.
And I like what he's saying in the song. I mean, I like a lot of his songs, but I honestly think that's my favorite Joyner Lucas song.
And to be honest, I can agree with you because it's like, I was going to have a Joyner song on this list anyway. It was either ADHD, 10 Bands, or Devil's Work. Because I love Devil's Work message behind it. But I pick ADHD because it's so relatable. Like, I have ADD, but not ADHD. But it's like, I guess they're not the same, but they're similar. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just very relatable. It's real. You can feel how he feels. Another music video with great visuals. Joyner's always been known for great visuals, though. So,
yeah,
that's one thing you can always give him props on. But it's just overall a good song. Like, really is. And I love it. So,
still waiting on that album.
Hey, me and you both. Since episode 1, it's episode 15.
Hey. We'll get to that a little later. But
hey, please, we will.
So, my number 3 is, Packing the Mail is gone. I'm going to have to go with Suge. I have to.
Hey,
I have to go with Suge.
I'm dead.
You love the artwork, right? I had to go with Suge because it was the baby's year, and there was no way I wasn't going to have a top 5 song list without at least having one song from the baby. I had to. And that song still jams. Like, I don't listen to it on the regular, but, like, when I hear it, I'll listen to it. I didn't play it out. I think for me, I don't listen to the radio, so I don't play songs out as much. But I still play songs out, like the songs I like. But he just had so much music to where, like, you didn't really have to be focused on that one song. Like, it was a good song. It bopped. I enjoyed it, and that's what introduced us to the baby, and he's still having a good year. And that mixtape, that song right there made me listen to Baby on Baby. Like, if I didn't hear that song, I don't know if I really would have cared about the baby as much.
Bro, honestly, because I had saw the music video, and this was like before you put me on the baby. But I was like, this video was the reason why I was just like, when you introduced him, I was like, okay, I can give this a chance because Suge was dope. Yeah. And then you play Blank Blank, and I'm like, oh. And
it's cool because if you're listening to somebody and they're trying to put you on, and it's actually a good recommendation, it helps. Because when I first saw him, it was literally on Instagram, and it was a little snippet from that first Breakfast Club video that he did, and I was like, I was like, this song kind of jams. I was like, let me watch the video, see if it's actually good, and then listen to the mixtape, and I enjoyed it. And now he has a fan in me. So,
hey, same.
Suge, number 3,
same,
bro. So tell me what your number 2 was. What was your number 2?
So I'm gonna start off by saying my number 2 song for me personally has the best verse of the year.
Okay.
Homicide Logic.
Ooh.
Eminem went the fuck off. Oh my gosh. when this song dropped, man, I literally I lost my complete shit. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know how to feel, man. It was just legendary, bro. And it's just like, cause when this song dropped, the first thing I thought of was Joyner Lucas and them song, and I'm thinking, okay,
Do you like this song more than Joyner's and M song?
I do, and I mean, I'm not taking anything from Joyner Lucas and Eminem song, but bro, it's just like non-stop bar after bar after bar. Then when they put what's that comedian's name at the end who was mocking him?
Man, to be honest, bro, like I love that song, but that wasn't one that I didn't even put it on a playlist, bro. I liked it, but it's one that it just missed me. Like I didn't listen to it a lot, but it was great though. It was great. I liked it a lot, but it wasn't something that I had on heavy rotation, but I still liked it though. And you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to be listening to that today.
Bro, because it's like
Because
like,
M's verse is cold.
Yeah, it's
cold. Anything he touches, for the most part.
I mean, I feel like
especially if it's a feature, he'll give you a good feature.
All his features this year have been fire, bro.
He'll
Like
give you a
his
good feature.
feature with Logic, obviously, feature with Boogie, feature with Fat Joe. We're not gonna get into that. Rest in peace, Nick Cannon. But yeah, man, what was it? Like I said, plus this one of my favorite albums of the year. This was actually like just a dope ass song, and you know I love M and Logic, so put them together. Had to.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
What about you, bro?
My number 2, I am very, very happy about this. And when it came out, when this little EP came out, I was super excited. My number 2 is Missy Elliott, Throw It Back.
Okay.
Man, I still love that song. And it was so close to being number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I love Missy Elliott so much. And it was great hearing her again this year. And it's been forever since she came out with something.
Yeah.
And the video she dropped was cool. I love Missy. I loved everything about the song. The beat was fire. Her wordplay was really, really nice. And the little EP she dropped was dope too. And I hope, 2020, we can get something from her.
Yeah.
More from her.
I feel that.
She's a legend.
She really is, man. One of my favorite female rappers to ever do it. I just enjoy the EP. Like, when you were hyped about it, I think I was at work when I first listened to it. So, like, I was listening, but I couldn't really, like, focus on it. But then, like, I went back, drove home, and I was like, damn, man, Missy, man. Please drop some more. Like, drop something else. Like, it just got me excited.
I miss you.
Yeah,
and
honestly.
It just gives you those old Missy vibes.
It really did, man. Like, just get off subject for a second, but if Ludacris was to do some shit like this, man, I would lose my fucking mind, bro.
Yeah.
But this Missy EP was dope, so I fuck with your choice, bro.
Nice, bro. What's your number 1?
Man, so I was disappointed to hear your number 4 because your number 4 is my number 1. I just told you, bro. Big Sean, if he was to drop an album today, it would have been my number 1. I already know. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in the gut, man. If he drops it next year, like, I'm calling it right now. If Big Sean drops an album next year, it's gonna be in my top 5 already.
Hey, bro.
Like, I know. I just
know. I'm not gonna be a prisoner of how I feel about singles anymore because I was disappointed with that nigga Chance's album, and I'm not gonna let nobody do that to me anymore. No more. That's why I said a few episodes ago, or it was a long time ago. I said if Meg Thee Stallion drops an album and it's not what I want it to be, it's okay because I still like her. The first album, sometimes they're hit or miss. Or not so much first album, but sometimes, like, if you overhype it, it might not be good. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's going to be good. I don't think he's going to disappoint.
I just personally...
But I'm not going to hype it up like that to where I'm just going to be like, oh, it's just going to be everything for the year. Because Kendrick might drop an album.
Oh, shit.
Cole might drop an album. Cole might drop an album.
Bro, Sean can hang with them niggas.
He
like,
can.
in my personal opinion.
No, he can.
Sean can hang
He's
with them
super
niggas.
underrated.
Exactly.
He's super underrated.
Nah, I didn't say he was going to be number 1, nigga. I just said he would be in top 5.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Drake dropping something, too. Did you hear his new single?
I did not. The one that's only on YouTube?
I believe
so. Somebody told me about it. I haven't went to go listen to it yet. It was literally like just the other day.
Yeah, so
trying to get ready for this New Year's show.
Hey, man,
you know.
I feel it. It be like that.
Yeah.
But
so my number 1, and earlier X said I really could have put it as number 1. Middle Child from J. Cole. That's my number 1. with the correct picture. With the correct picture. J. Cole just killed it. And when this song first came out, it had me so hyped throughout the year. Similar to what X was saying with Big Sean. Like, all year, I couldn't wait for Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Like, I knew it was going to be special.
Dream Chaser's head ass. No, I'm just
I was like,
fucking with
damn,
you.
did I fuck up just now?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I couldn't wait for Revenge of the Dreamers 3. And it was everything that I wanted it to be. I enjoyed all of it. It didn't disappoint at all. And I felt like Middle Child was perfect. Just the way he described the rap game and who he was in the rap game. And J. Cole, I knew when he first came out, when Big Sean, Wiz, Wale, and Cole, they all came out around the same time. I knew when I heard all of them, I was like, J. Cole is my favorite, and I think he's the best out of all of them. And it's funny when you look at everybody right now, like, I feel like out of everybody, he's been the most successful, and I think he's been able to, you know, stand tall still. You know what I mean? I mean, the others are still doing stuff, but
Yeah.
I feel like out of everybody, Cole is the one that got around the most.
And it's funny that you say that because out of that group, Big Sean was mine. Like, he was my dude. Like, I got on J. Cole late. Like, when everybody was bumping his first album, I wasn't. I was like, J. Cole, like, I like his singles. He's dope. I really don't care for the dude. Then
It's funny that you said that because out of all the names I just listed, Big Sean was last for me.
really,
I heard Wiz.
J.
I
Cole
like.
was last for me.
I liked Wiz. I liked Wiz from Cushion Orange Juice, and I was already rocking with Wale. I heard Wale like a little bit before Cole,
Mhm.
and then after that, I heard Big Sean on Cabin Fever, and then after I heard Big Sean on Cabin Fever, I was like, I gotta check this dude out,
Bro,
and I've been
yeah.
a fan ever since,
I
bro.
feel it. I feel it, bro. It really be like that.
Ever since I heard Phone Numbers, and then the other song they have on there.
Phone numbers. What was the other one? I know which one you're talking about. I just can't remember the name right now. But
It's all
two
good.
things, bro. Two things I have to address with you. One, I can't believe our 4 and our 1's like literally. That shit was funny. We did not have that planned
Nah,
at all.
and the thing about it is, like, I haven't seen his list, and he hasn't seen mine.
2, you want? Okay, that's somewhat true. I had to send him the list so he can send to
But
Grant.
I
Shout
wasn't-
out to Grant. Shout out to Grant, making this all happen.
But mine was already done before he even made his, though. Like, he made his at my house. I wasn't looking at him, but he talked about making it, and I went on I sat down the other day, and I was like, okay, let me look at my list and see. I was like, oh, shit. I'm done. The only one that I really had to mess with was the category of the best shows of the year. And we'll get to that category later.
And now that has been said, nigga, if you had this photo, why did you just tell Grant to use this one for mine? Bro, I tell y'all, man, T. Cole be trying to set me up at times, bro. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It is what it is. It is what it is. Next subject.
Ah, man, that's funny. Man, you know, honestly, bro, like, I was just numbering stuff. I noticed it when I looked up right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to what we were saying. My man threw me off with that.
Nigga ain't shit.
So now, the next category that we're about to go to is shows, actually.
Okay.
The category that I did, the category that I did last. What, you mad, bro?
Not at all, bro. I'm chilling. I'm big chilling, bro. I'm having fun. Let's
Oh, man. You look a little salty right
go.
now,
No,
bro.
not at all, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
Got some salt for some french fries? My man put the recent picture back. He's trolling. Grant is trolling back there.
I got you, Grant. I got you, Grant.
Shout out to Grant at Permanent Record Studios.
Nah, he is so dope, man. He's been with us since the beginning of the journey, man. Since episode 1, man. Thank you so much, Grant.
Hey,
Like,
but I got a funny story.
what's up?
I got a funny story about that recent pick. So when I saved some stuff, I noticed that the picture, I kept trying to save the Cole one, but it wouldn't work.
Mhm.
So I used my Android and my pen on my note, and I used the Smart Select, and I cut it out of the music video, and it worked. So anybody that be shitting on Android, fuck y'all. I just thought that was cool, you know, that the Android made it happen, but the Apple,
dead.
but the Apple couldn't. Back to our show. So back to our shows, and this is the top 5 on shows. So for me, my number 5 show, and this list was a little bit challenging because I felt like I ran through a lot of shows this year. a good amount of anime too. Some of it was old, some of it was new, but for me, this list was a little challenging. So the first show on my top 5 is I'm fucking up right now. I keep clicking on the wrong list.
I see that.
Here we go.
Head ass.
My number 5 for shows was my bad. The Boys. That was my number 5.
Okay.
So, I actually caught on to this show a little late. It was maybe like 2 months ago. People were telling me about it when it came out in the summertime. I just had a lot of other stuff that I was watching, and I kind of fell in between picking another show, and I was off one day, and I was just like, hey, you know what? Let me check it out. And I legit probably binged it like all in one day, like that day that I was off. And I enjoyed it. I think it was a good superhero show. It was a good little twist on how it was a different story on the way superheroes go about things. And I enjoyed it. And now I know why everybody talked about it all the time.
I feel it, man. Man, my number 5, shout out to my aunt, because she actually put me on this show. But I don't know if y'all ever heard of the show, The Last OG, with Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish. Oh, my God. They're both very talented, great actors and comedians. But, man, like I said, my aunt actually put me on this last year. So that was when season 1 was released. So season 2 literally, like, just released on Netflix, because I don't watch cable, even though we have it. But, you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it released on Netflix a couple weeks ago, and I literally just finished it before.
That's dope.
Yeah, before recording this. But man, it's just a fire show. Like, pretty much Tracy Morgan, he's a con, gets out of jail, trying to better his life. Finds out he has kids. Him and Tiffany used to be together. I don't want to spoil too much for y'all, but like, I highly recommend the show. It's great. They're great. Watch it.
Man, I love that show. I've only watched the first season. I saw the second season. It is on Netflix. I'm definitely going to watch it soon. It's a short show, like 20 minutes, and I think there's probably like, 10 episodes in the season?
Yeah.
Maybe even less.
Yeah.
I know the first season didn't have a lot on there, but Tracy Morgan, he definitely is an OG.
Yeah.
Always going to love Tracy Morgan. Brother man from the Fifth Flow. 30 Rock. Tiffany Haddish. Man, she had a great year.
She's a goddess.
She had a really, really great year.
She's a goddess.
She's mad funny. It's funny, before I got here today, I didn't finish it, but I liked it from what I watched. It was on Hulu. Nobody's Fool with her and a few other people.
I saw that in the theater.
Amari Hardrick's there.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to watch it in the theater, but you know how they do our movies. They pull them out so quick. Like, if you don't watch it the first or 2 weeks, like, you can't find it. So I missed it, and I forgot about it, because she had came out with another movie around that same time. I think it was called The Oath. And I remember watching.
Oh yeah, I watched The Oath. That wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad, but I think the other one is better though. It's a lot funnier.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's a lot funnier. But The Last OG is dope. I'm definitely gonna check out the second season soon. If you haven't seen that show, I recommend it as well. My number 4, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Barry Allen, The Flash. I'm a big Flash fan. More Marvel than DC, but Flash is definitely one of my favorite superheroes. I've been watching Flash since it's been on TV, probably about like the second season or so.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really enjoyed that last season. They have a lot going on right now with the other crossover shows, and I don't remember what the fuck that shit is called. The Crisis on the Crisis on All the Earths. There we go. That's what that shit's called. Yeah, the Crisis on all the Earths. But Flash is dope. If you like superheroes, check out The Flash. Even if you don't like DC, I think they do a good job at wrapping up everything in an hour. But I mean, they have problems throughout the season with like one big villain. But I feel like as far as like 1 hour goes, I think they do a really good job at wrapping it all up to where they're not like, oh, wait till next week to see what happens.
Yeah.
They don't do you on no shit like that.
Do you
like,
dirty.
Nah. You'll watch that one episode and it's like, okay, you can see a big problem like happening and like, they're trying to solve it like throughout the season, but the little stuff, it's just like they'll wrap it up in each episode.
I feel you, bro.
Good villains in each episode too, so I enjoy The Flash.
I'm not really a DC fan, so.
I mean, Marvel is better, but at the same time, there's still some dope DC superheroes.
Yeah, like, I'm so sad, man. I wish Batman was a Marvel character, but I mean, hey, like, DC smart in that regard because it's like, I mean, not even just DC, but DC, Marvel, whatever you like you can find one character in each universe that that you're gonna like, and that's like a part of marketing. But at the same time, it's really smart. But going to my number 4, I gotta go with Mixed-ish.
Nice.
So I don't know if y'all watch Mixed-ish, but they got a series of Mixed-ish, Blackish, which is the start of it all, and then Grownish. But I love Blackish. If you don't like Blackish, I don't know what's wrong with you. Anthony Anderson is freaking hilarious. But they have so many great characters. Like I love Junior's character, bro. Like he's stupid funny. But
yeah.
what was it? Gary Cole, I believe, is the grandpa in here, the white grandpa. Man, he low key is probably he high key is my favorite character on that show. Like
he's mad racist.
He is, bro.
He's
but
mad
he's
racist.
So funny, man. But at the same time, like you watch the series, like he opens up a lot more. So it's like you're thinking, oh, he's just a rich racist white man. But it's like, nah, like he has a heart. He loves his black grandchildren. Like
it's funny because I was just talking about Nobody's Fool, Tika Sumpter. She's in Nobody's Fool, and she's the main actress in Mixed-ish.
Yeah,
I enjoy Mixed-ish too. I actually started watching it like right when it came out.
Yeah, same.
And I've enjoyed every episode that I watched.
Same.
It's cool. Blackish is dope too. I haven't watched Grownish yet, but everybody. I mean, if you don't like Blackish, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to watch it at first when it came out because I was like, really? I was like, what is this? The name kind of threw me off, but watching it, dope show. Anthony Anderson, can't go wrong with him, and you can't go wrong with Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yes,
she narrates it. So,
bro, yes, another goddess.
Yes,
and it's like Blackish is one of those shows like I recommend everybody watch. Like just so, especially white people, so they can get a better understanding of what we go through or how we feel just about life in general. But
and I mean, being biracial too, I feel like that's a good insight into that.
Yeah, for mixes especially. Yeah, I agree. But what's your number 3, bro?
My number 3. Man, I'm going to have to go with Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan and American Saga. I enjoyed it. I really, really did.
And I still got to watch it.
Man, we would have talked about it on the podcast.
We really would have, so that's my fault.
Big Zo, he hasn't even been around. That's another story. But nobody ever finished it. We talked about that early on, about talking about it, but it's all good. I enjoyed it. If you like Wu-Tang Clan, you should definitely check it out. I know they have a documentary on Showtime that really explains a lot about them, but watching this and just seeing how they got it done, like, to be honest, like, if you know Wu-Tang, like, I'm legit the Bobby Digital of the Outnumbered effect. Like, my man put this all together. He put it all together.
Yeah, he did.
He really, really did. Like, doing the damn thing.
I guess I'm Method Man.
RZA.
Like,
cutting shit up.
I'm that nigga. Oh, that's another thing. Method Man is in Lil Ass OG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Because you say you haven't seen season 2?
Nah.
He gets a bigger part, bro. He makes it so much better. But I can't wait till you watch that. But I definitely got to finish Wu-Tang. I think I stopped after episode 2, so I got to watch episode 3. But man, from what I've seen, I'm already loving it. Like I just got to make the time.
I mean, you know, Dave East, he's doing a good job acting in there. All the dude they have playing ODB, like, I feel like I'm actually looking at ODB.
I feel it.
I love it, though.
I feel it.
If you haven't seen it, check out Wu-Tang Clan American Saga. I fucked with it.
Bro.
So tell me what yours is.
My personal, one of my favorite shows. Like, I don't, like, care for my number 3. One of my favorite shows. Even though it's number 3, it's, like, literally, like, it could have been my number 1, but that's a different decision. You know what? Forget that I was even talking. My number 3 is, believe it or not, Big Mouth on Netflix.
Oh.
That show is fucking hilarious.
Because he's X-rated. You already know that's his favorite. Yeah, that's his favorite show.
Exactly. My name speaks for itself. But it's so funny because it's another thing that's so relatable, but just so stupid. Like, it's... I can't even relate it to anything. Like, I would say... Ooh, there we go. There we go. Honestly, I feel like I should have played the hormone monster now that I'm thinking about it. Be a voice actor? Oh, man, I would love to be a voice actor for the hormone, bro.
I would just love to be a voice actor, period. Like,
Same.
That's like my dream job. Like, if you want to do this, like, on the regular, like, be on Family Guy, be on any type of cartoon,
honestly.
Just, like, on the regular. Oh, you want to be on Rick and Morty for
this
episode?
nigga was made for me, bro. But it's okay though. Great show though. Great show.
We'll make our own show like that, and you could be the black hormone monster.
You stupid. But yeah, man. Big Mouth, hilarious. I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure y'all watch it. Who doesn't watch it is the real question. But yeah, bro, go on to yours.
My number 2.
Yes, sir.
What is my number 2? So this summer, since I went to DreamCon, been watching a lot of anime. I felt like when I was there, I was slacking on my anime game. I watched a good amount of different animes this year that I had never seen before. So later on, me and X, we both had special lists. I didn't make a special list that he made, so I had to put this on my list. My Hero Academia. If you've never seen anime, and if you want to start watching anime, My Hero Academia is a good anime to kind of get you started on. Like,
Yeah.
it's not long.
Yeah.
It's short, and you could get into it pretty easy.
And I'm kind of surprised for you that's your number 2. Like, looking at the rest of your list, it's like, oh, shit. He
For
put
the
My
year,
Hero. I feel that, though. I feel like, because My Heroes, I mean, I know people, some of y'all might read the manga. I read some of the manga, but, like, where the anime's at now, that's where I stopped. So I kind of saw, like, some of the stuff happening, but it's like, even knowing what's happening, it's like, this shit is so much better just watching it visually.
I think for me, what helps it be number 2 is the fact that, you know, The Boys, it only had one season, so I only got a chance to watch one season of that.
Yeah.
Flash has been out for a little bit longer. I'm not, like, all caught up on what's going on right now because I've been watching a lot of basketball. But I still enjoyed The Flash. Wu-Tang only had one season, too.
Yeah.
But My Hero, it's on its
Yeah.
third season.
Okay,
The third
I see
season's,
that,
like,
yeah.
kicking, and it's like,
Yeah.
I just started watching it this year, too, so it's like,
Oh, so you
ooh.
binged all 3 seasons?
Yeah, I just
Oh.
started watching it this year, so I'm enjoying it. Like, it's been one of my favorite shows that I've seen this year.
Okay.
But, you know, I could have even put 7 Deadly Sins in there. But I really, really enjoy My Hero Academia.
My Hero, yeah. My Hero is dope. And it's like, this is one of the rare animes, like, the main character isn't my favorite character, but it's like, he still could be. Like, they got so many great characters. So, shout out to My Hero. I fucks with it. But my number 2, y'all should have saw this coming. My number 4 was Mixish. Number 2's got to be Blackish. I literally watched the episode before driving up here, bro. Man, it's just a great show, man. Like, it's like the most perfect cast for me. Like, man, I don't even know what to say, man. This is black excellence in one show. Like, honestly, it's got everything you want. It's funny, dramatic. There can be a little action when Dre get mad, but other than that, Dion Cole is on this show. He's hilarious. If y'all know who Dion Cole is, look him up, man.
Hey, he got a Netflix special. Go check it out.
Yeah.
But everybody on there, it's just a really, really dope cast. I love Jennifer Lewis's character.
Yeah.
Love her character. And Lawrence Fishburne. You don't see him as much as you used to.
Yes.
But
and he plays a perfect dad on here,
yeah.
man. A black dad. Oh my gosh, yes.
I love it though. Now, Blackish is a good show.
Yes, it is.
Blackish is a really, really good show. So, it's time for me, T. Cole, to say my number 1. What's my number 1? Can y'all tell me? Anybody out there?
Nope.
Can anybody tell me who shot Ghost? My number 1 is Power.
This nigga.
This is the last season, and I've been enjoying it. I've enjoyed the ride. I started watching Power after the second season, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I mean, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's one of those shows that's kind of like similar to The Wire. I'm going to miss it when it goes off. There's only like 5 more episodes or so. It'll be back on.
Because I'll say it's on that break, right? For the mid-season, yeah.
It'll be back on next Sunday. So
I thought it was funny when Grant raised his hand like, I know his number 1 show.
He did. He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Obviously.
But, yeah, man. Ghost. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. That's another show I don't watch. But I love when Jamel talks about it, like, on her podcast. And, like, I can tell they really get into it, so I can only imagine how you feel about it.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I feel that. But shit, man.
What's your number 1?
This is the moment where I go white on y'all. But my number 1 show is Grey's Anatomy.
Really?
Yes. Have you
watched
ever
Grey's
seen
Anatomy,
it?
Bro?
Yes, I do.
Nigga, that's my favorite show. I just didn't put it in my top 5.
Stop lying.
Fuck yeah, I'm lying, nigga. I don't watch Grey's
You got
Anatomy.
me so hyped.
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy.
Shit.
I think for me, I say Insatiable would probably be my show. That would be like that.
I
You
feel
know
it.
what I mean?
I
But
feel
the
it.
Insatiable was good though.
I feel it.
But no, a lot of people like Grey's Anatomy.
Bro,
And
yeah,
how many seasons has it been on for?
Bro, like
Over
15,
10. Yeah.
15, 16
Okay.
seasons, I think.
It's
I think
one of-
on season 15 or 16. But
It's one of those shows like ER that's been on for fucking forever.
Yeah, man, and it's funny because with Grey's, it's like, man, I used to date this one girl, and her thing was,
Story time.
yeah, I know, right? Her thing was drinking wine and watching Grey's.
It works now.
Hey, finally. But her thing was drinking wine and watching Grey's. So she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch it with you." And you know, we broke up, obviously. So my last ex, she was a fan, and we started watching it. Bro, I kid you not. I moved to Austin, and for like 3 months straight, all I did was watch Grey's Anatomy, bro, from season 1 to season 14, and got caught up.
Bro, it's funny how that works out. You know, you get in relationships and you end up like binging shows with the woman or male you're talking to.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. You kind of remember like, oh yeah, I watched that show with so and so.
Yeah.
I put them on that, or you know, they put
They
me on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's how it is. And like they'll always remember you from a show.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, but man, this show, I love the character development. Like, I used to not like Meredith, but now like she's a fucking badass, so she's dope. They had a lot of dope characters that I love, and they got rid of. But hey, it's part of the business, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
Still a
man.
great show, still great plots for each episode. Man, it's like every episode has you on your feet, bro. Like, it's crazy. But
That's dope.
that's definitely my number one, and I'm not mad at all.
Hey, I'm not mad at all either. Our lists were very different. We didn't have any shows in there that were the same.
Yeah, we did it.
Similar, just like our last list. I mean, our last lists were kind of similar to a certain extent. But if y'all check out those shows, let us know what you think. I'm sure somebody out there has seen at least one of those shows that we talked about.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I hope y'all enjoyed our top 5 show list. The next category that we're going to bring up is our top 5 movies of the year. We love movies. We really, really love movies. Now, before I made this list, or really after I had already made this list, I was wondering to myself, I was like, damn, how many movies did I actually go see in the movie theater this year? I actually went to go see 25 movies in the movie theater this year. I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think the summertime had a shitload of movies that were really, really good. I think the beginning of the year started off pretty nice too, and then I feel like the end of the year ended nicely. So I'm interested to see what you have in your top 5. And we've talked about movies on the show before, so you kind of know the ones that we've been excited about a little bit too. But
yeah, so I feel like our list is gonna be very, very similar.
yeah, so
But,
what you got for
shit,
number
I'll
5,
start it
bro?
off with my number 5. Toy Story 4. To be honest,
Okay.
Toy Story is just bro. Like, I grew up on Toy Story. Like, I love, like, if who doesn't love Pixar, Disney movies, whatever you want to call them, they're all great. But Toy Story was a personal favorite. I mean, we've already talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
So-
we all know X's favorite Toy Story is Toy Story 2. You know,
Yeah. So before, it was
you like 2 more than 4,
no. I like 4 more.
so now 4 is your favorite.
Yeah, I said 4 was my favorite. Yeah. Head
This boy's got
ass.
some sense now.
Head ass. But no, I said 4 was my favorite.
Okay.
On the in that episode, but yeah, man. I think if they're ending the series,
I think so too, man.
Honestly.
I don't see them coming out with any more, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that they ended it the way they did, because the third one was a great ending too. But
yeah,
the fact that they made the 4th and they ended it the way that it did, it was dope.
yeah, because
it was
it's like you knew it was gonna be the end. So it's
Definitely.
like, because like you didn't know that with 3, but at the same time, just like you said, that could have been a great ending.
Yeah, when those motherfuckers almost all died, man, I almost shed a tear.
That shit was crucial.
The cloud. That was nice, man. That was nice. I loved it.
Yeah,
So my number 5 is gonna have to go to these horny ass middle schoolers in Good Boys. I loved Good Boys, man. That was a good ass movie.
And it's so funny you put it at 5 because when me and T. Cole, we actually saw this movie together.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's like the only movie we've ever seen together, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Damn.
But we saw this movie together, and we actually thought, bro, this could be the number 1 movie of the
It
year.
could. It could be.
It
like,
like
could be.
it's so debatable. Like there are so many great, not good, but great movies this year.
I feel like for me, my whole list, like, it can be moved around so much. Besides number 1, number 1 is there, but I feel like 2 through 4, can easily be shuffled around.
I
my
feel like
list.
I could shuffle 2 on my list, but number 1, hands down, you can't change it, bro. And then for the most part, my list is pretty consistent. Like, I went back and thought, like, this is one of the things for making this list. I had to, like, sit down and actually think, like, how did this movie make me feel? What type of impact did it have? Like, all that good stuff. And it's just like, you know what? I'm content with my list. So, but for my number 4, man, I'm so mad I was introduced so late to this series, but John Wick 3. John Wick 3 is my number 4.
I love it. I love it.
It's so funny. I don't know. Did I watch it before you came to visit me in the hospital or after?
I think you were watching it like when I got maybe after. It might have been after, bro.
Okay, because I think you started watching parts of it with me, right? Before
bro.
No, okay. Well, anyways, so T. Cole came to Dallas. He was visiting family, but he ended up coming to see me when I was in the hospital fighting cancer, as you all know. Man, he sat down with me, my mom, her best friend, and I think we had someone else in the room. I think my cousin as well. But we was just talking about movies, man. It was so dope. And he brought up John Wick, and I was like, shit, I got to see that. Man, so I didn't see any of them. I saw the first one in the hospital, and as soon as I saw the first one on TV, I rented it.
You know what happened, bro? Watching The Equalizer. I think that's what you were watching. You were watching The Equalizer, and John Wick came up somehow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But watched the first one, rented the second one off my phone, watched it then, and I was like, shit. My mom was talking about how there was gonna be a third one. I was like, I gotta go see it. So, plus I love Keanu Reeves. Like, who doesn't love The Matrix and everything else he's been in? So.
And this is your number 4?
Yeah, it's my number 4. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is
my nigga love
John Wick 4. 3. 4's not out yet. So stupid. I love this movie when I seen it. And what made me love it so much was I had only seen the first one. A friend of mine was like, hey, do you want to go to the movies? You want to go see John Wick 3? And I was like, man, I haven't watched the second one, but I'll go see it. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you have to watch the second one. So, like, the movie started at, I don't know, maybe 5:30. I got off work at 2, got home at 2:30. I tried to find one that I can stream online. I found one, and I literally finished it right before I left the house to go watch the third one. And if you've seen the third one, you know the third one picks up right where the second one leaves off. So I was too hyped watching the movie. I was at the edge of my seat, and I love John Wick 3. I didn't know I was going to go and I was going to love it as much, but I'm a fan now. I can't wait for the next one to come out.
P.S. You can hear parts of this story in a recent episode. Just saying.
Hey, these might be new fans.
That's true. Fans. That is so true.
These might be new fans.
But it's like, hey, go back. If you knew, go back and listen to the rest of the episodes. I don't know why.
Because I know we know a lot of people, and I know a lot of my friends have listened to some episodes, but I can't say that all my friends have listened to all the episodes.
Exactly.
So I said that story again, but this time it's on video. So you can see how happy and how animated I was when I saw John Wick 3. Man. And I am so excited. And I didn't even realize that was we had it in the same position.
Yeah, that's
funny. Like I said, I can move it down. And now that we're talking about it and we're talking about these movies, I could probably move it. But I'm going to keep it the way that it is. Feel it. You know,
what was it? I loved Halle Berry in this movie.
Yeah, her part was dope.
Yeah, she did her thing, bro. She did the damn thing. But if I'm going to my number 3, bro, his number 5, Good Boys. Put it on the screen, Grant. Put it on the screen. Woo! Man, Good Boys was so fucking funny, man. What were we comparing it to?
Superbad.
Superbad.
It's the kids' version of Superbad.
Yes, man. If y'all have never seen Superbad, because you're probably too young, fucking millennials. Now I'm playing. I'm one too. But Good Boys is pretty much this generation's Superbad.
Superbad came out my first year of college, bro. That's wild.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
You old.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. That's sorority.
Hey, it be like that. Hey, black don't crack, though.
Hey.
Black don't crack. But Good Boys was, man, it had a great plot, great characters. They all synergized so well. The whole movie was just hilarious. There's not one point in the movie I was not laughing. And you can ask T, the whole time we were just both dying laughing, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. The movie was great, bro.
It was.
It really was.
So my number 3 was Toy Story 4. I love Toy Story. And that was his 5,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
We just switched.
Yeah, I know, right? I enjoyed it so much. And I basically said everything I wanted to say about it. I don't have anything more to say. I enjoyed it. It was a dope movie. I loved it.
I feel so. We'll just go to my number 2 then.
Yeah.
Man, y'all should already know number 2, man. It's Avengers Endgame. Like,
Hey, Grant, go to my number 2.
I'm dead.
That's so funny, man.
Man, I'll say what I got to say about it, then I'll let you do you because we both number 2.
Yeah.
It's our number 2. Man, but I put Avengers Endgame number 2 because it's like, it was such a great movie. It's so memorable. I saw it once in the theater and then saw it once when I got Disney Plus. Shout out to Brittany for giving me her account, head ass. But man, I've been watching MCU since Iron Man. Like, MCU is what put me on Marvel. Like, I've always been a fan of Marvel. I used to read the comics as a kid, but it's like the MCU, I feel like they're doing it so well. And like, I love how like they don't go exactly into the comics. Like, they'll tweak some stuff. But if you've been a fan since day one, you're gonna love it because like it's the end of how it started. But it's like it's not the end of the story. Like, there's so much more. But at the same time, there's so many great characters you can relate and you love. If you ain't seen it, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Endgame, which I don't know why not, but Iron Man dies, man. Like I said, he was the start of the franchise, so the fact that he died.
And it's dope because he was really supposed to die in the first Avengers when he flew in the wormhole, but didn't. And
Yeah.
I just thought it was dope how he died.
Grant's stupid, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, like, and another thing, like Captain America, he retired. He like, if y'all noticed the whole series, like watching it, he always did what was best for the world. Like, he always put himself last. So the fact that he was happy, ended up going back in time, spent it with, what was her name, Peggy?
Mm-hmm.
Peggy. Gave his shield to, shout out to the Black Man Falcon. He's the new Captain America. He's coming through. What was it? It was just so many great moments, man. Fat Thor was fucking fun. Like, I think Fat Thor is probably my favorite character in this
Seems
movie.
like you got a lot to say about this movie. Can I say something?
Yeah, man. Sorry. It's like, it was a long movie, man. It was like 3 hours.
I enjoyed the movie. It was dope how they tied it all in. And I think that was part of the reason why I had it in my top 5. I didn't like that first hour. I'm to put it out there. I thought the first hour was boring.
A lot
but it
of
was
people
needed.
didn't, though.
It was needed, kind of, but some of that stuff really could have been taken out. But all the fight scenes were just fire.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And if you've been following Marvel, you most likely went to go see this movie. And it was really, really dope. Yeah, I think my favorite part of the movie, though, was
Avengers.
My favorite part of the movie, though, was Captain America, though, using Thor's hammer, bro. I think that was my favorite part of the movie, to be honest, bro.
Bro, and it was so funny because after that happened, I went back and saw Age of Ultron, and he was the only one who budged the hammer.
Yeah.
And then Thor was like, I knew it. Man, that was a dope moment.
What's your number 1, bro?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We had the same number 2. Man, and I already know we got the same number 1. Like,
just put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen.
Put it. Oh, what's his number 1?
Queen and Slim.
Oh, what's my number 1? Queen and Slim.
Hey, you know what it is.
Hey,
actually,
we talked about it on the Black Friday episode.
We did.
Lucky number 13.
And there was some shit we missed. Well, I didn't, but you did. But when we talked about it on the Black Friday episode, T. Cole actually didn't know old dude that dropped him off at the plane was the dude who ratted on him.
Man,
so,
to be honest,
how do you feel about that, knowing that now?
I can't stand that nigga.
Yeah, right?
To be honest, I mean, when I watched it, I thought he was just counting drug money because he was a dope boy.
Yeah.
But I didn't really put too much thought into that because I was just so shocked that, like, they were dead, bro.
Yeah.
You know, not even so much getting caught. It was just that they were gone and how they were gone. Like, I was just so caught up emotionally into that. But, you know, we love movies, and those are our 5 movies. So if those were both our 5s, like, if you noticed, our whole top 5 was the same, but it changed. And I saw 25 movies this year. 25.
And I probably saw just as much, if not more, than T. Cole, because there were some movies I didn't see in the theater.
So, you know,
they came out on Redbox.
Honorable mentions, though, Jojo Rabbit. I loved Aladdin. Aladdin was really, really dope. Shaft was funny as fuck.
Oh, my, bro. I forgot about Shaft.
Shaft was funny as fuck.
Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah.
Hold up.
But, you know, we can't even keep talking about movies because we got to keep going because time is money. We got to move on to this next category. And the next category is our favorite category, though. Music, our top 5 albums of the year.
We've been looking forward to this like
This is-
all year.
Yeah.
Like, all year we've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
So, you want to start it off or you want me to?
I believe it's me.
Go
I believe
for it,
I
bro.
believe it's me. I believe it's me. So, my number 5, I'm going to have to give it to
Still weak.
the biggest boast that you've seen thus far. Rick Ross, Port of Miami 2. I enjoyed Port of Miami, the first one and the second one. I'm glad he came out with the album. The year started off really slow, but I could still vibe to some of this album. I have a lot of it on the playlist. I haven't really went back and listened to it like a good month or two, but I've still been jamming like some of the main songs I liked on there in the beginning. I liked the whole album. It was definitely a good vibe. What's your 5, bro?
Man, I just want to do a quick honorable mention because I look back and I don't know if y'all listen to Toby Lou, but Toby Lou Live on Ice, I was going to put at 5, and I still possibly could, but that Dave East Survival.
Woo! I'm glad,
Man.
bro, because I tried to put you on Dave East like a while ago, and you
Yeah.
just wasn't feeling him. But I'm
I
glad
wasn't.
I'm glad this album like spoke
Like,
to you.
It really did. Like, there was just so many great songs on there, from Me and Mine to 17 to On My Way to School. Like, and then like just watching him on the shows he's been on, like just okay. Like I fuck with him. Like Dave East is nice, but bro, he got so many bars on bars, bro. Another great
does.
storyteller.
He's fire.
He is, man, and I fucks with it. Survival was
glad.
nice. It really was.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's a good recommendation. I love putting people on music, and I love when people put me on music, and I'm glad you're a fan now. That's
Yeah,
dope.
bro.
This one right here, I heard a few singles of, but it wasn't until Jay Soulja and Jamal came on the show that really, really made me want to listen to this album more. My number 4 is Freddie Gibbs, Bandana.
Yeah, they did say that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. The samples were really, really dope on there. The features he had was nice. I was never really a fan of Freddie Gibbs like that, but I really enjoyed this album, and I still listen to it. And it's not even really that old. I think it came out maybe the end of the summer.
Because what was it back then when we were talking about it on that show with Jamal and them and Jay Soulja? They said it was their number 1 so far, right? They both said it was their number 1. So yeah, that says something.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it though.
Me personally, I tried to give it a listen. I just wasn't feeling it. Like I should probably go back and re-listen to it because I stopped after like song 3. But
Oh shit.
yeah,
I don't ever say I don't like something unless I listen to the whole thing.
Yeah,
I don't think that's fair.
it's not
Like
I
that
said.
Chance was hard to listen to.
Oh my!
But I finished it though.
Let's stop talking about Chance, bro. Oh my god!
it just still makes me mad.
Like I'm still debating if he's the biggest disappointment of the year for me or the Cowboys. Anyways,
damn, that's another story for
another day. You already know.
Woo.
But my number 4, I'm gonna have to go with Hollywood's "Bleeding" by Post. This is a great album, man. I was actually in Dallas vibing to this when it released. Post is one of those artists, like, all his albums are great. If you're a Post fan, like, you either ride or die or you don't fuck with him. But I know so many people who love Post and they think he's like the greatest ever. I mean, obviously he's not, but he's fucking amazing. This album was fire. Not better than his second and first. I think his first will always be his best, but it's still a great album, so I highly recommend it. Plus, your boy's on the show or on the album, The Baby.
Oh yeah, that's my
Man.
favorite song on there.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not a Post fan at all. I like that song with the baby though. I figured that would be on your top 5, bro.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I figured. My number 3, I'm gonna have to give it to my guy, Dave East, Survival. And I put X on like we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but I was looking forward to this Dave East album because I didn't realize that a lot of the mixtapes that he came out with wasn't an album; they were actually mixtapes. So I'm glad that he finally dropped something, and it didn't disappoint, and it lived up to the hype for me at least.
You've been saying this shit since episode 1, bro.
Yeah, so I'm glad my man dropped something. Maybe we can get something from Joyner in 2020.
I hope so. I'm tired of being disappointed.
Damn. So, that's rough. So my artist dropped something, but Zoe's pick and your pick never dropped what they wanted to drop for your most anticipated. So hopefully we'll see if that's your most anticipated for 2022.
Yeah, it is already.
Damn.
I already know.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind by Logic.
Ooh.
I love Logic. He's in my top 5. I mean, this wasn't his best album, but it's like he has some dope features, like Unexpected. G-Eazy was unexpected. Gucci Man was unexpected. And, like, the songs he had with both of them were fire. Like, Will Smith had a feature on this album. That threw me off guard, and that wasn't even a bad song. So, I love Logic. Like I said, Homicide, Eminem, my favorite verse of the year. Great song. The intro to the song, which is actually the name of the album, that's really what put me on. He had dropped a video, and it was a very intimate video, but it's like, if you watch that, you already knew you were going to listen to the album. But this was definitely my number 3.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's really, really dope. So, my number 2, I'm gonna have to shout out X on this one because, like, I never really heard anything from him before. But when we were in the group chat heavy, because now it's just me and X, so we'd be texting each other. He was like, "Yo, I did my album reviews for last night. Y'all gotta listen to that YBN Corday.
I did say
Lost
that.
Boy.
I did
so
say
I'm
that.
gonna shout out X on that one because he put me on because I would have never listened to it, and I listened to it and I instantly liked it after the first time. So there's not a lot of stuff that I listen to where I'm like, oh, I fuck with that. It's always like, it's all right. Maybe I like it later. Like Bandana, I didn't like Bandana the first time I listened to it, but Lost Boy I did, and it was my album of the year for a while.
Yeah.
For a while. But I really, really had to put some other things into perspective. So you'll see what my number 1 is when it comes. But I enjoyed Lost Boy. I loved it. Bro, what was your number 2?
Grant, show him my number 2.
Ah!
Bruh. Oh, my gosh, man. And what made this great, because I really was considering putting this as my number 1.
Same.
I really was. Like you said, considerations you have to think. But it was so amazing because, honestly, this is probably going to be number 2, hands down, but it's like I got to see him perform, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that always makes it better.
Yes, like the Logic concert was so dope with JID. Silas is a rapper Logic signed. But yeah, Silas, JID, and then Corday, man. Like when I was watching Corday, I felt like I was watching J. Cole. And I can say that because I
hear it all over
Cole.
wintertime.
Yeah.
Like I hear Cole all over wintertime when I hear that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
And like, what was it? My homeboy, he's a J. Cole fan. He was like, bro, Corday's just a young J. Cole. He really is. So
yeah.
this
and,
album.
I mean, they're both from North Carolina.
Yeah.
That explains a lot, though.
Yeah, but this album, bro, if y'all ain't check it out already, y'all need to.
I've actually had several people listen to the podcast and tell me they listen to Lost Boy and they like it now.
Yeah.
So people are actually listening to us and they're taking our recommendations to heart. So
yeah,
that's good.
That makes me feel good.
Nah, yo, for sure. Yeah. So my number 1. My number 1 is a Dreamville artist, and my number 1 is gonna have to go to Ari Lennox with Shea Butter Baby.
I knew it.
For the second year in a row, I've had an R&B album as number 1 for me. Last year was Georgia Smith, Lost
I was
and
just about
Found.
to ask you.
I love this whole album. It was very soulful. Shea Butter Baby, the song, came out last year when Creed 2 released, and I enjoyed that song. And I discovered her last year towards the end of the year. And when she came out with her album, shout out to A-Rob, she was posting it on her Spotify. And I was like, oh, she dropped her album. I was like really, really excited. And it's just so soulful. I love it. And I still listen to it now. And it's going to jam. And I'll take it into next year with me. For sure.
There's a lot of albums you can take this year into you for the next year. And it's like we downplayed this year so much at the beginning. But it's like it wasn't as bad as we thought it would be, you know?
Not better than 2018, though.
Bro, we knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just saying
it got
overall,
better.
Yeah,
it got better.
better.
It got better.
Yeah, shout out to Zoe because Big Zoe was like, it can get better. Like, we got the end of the year, so.
I was the one that kept preaching about the fourth quarter. I was like, it has to be a good fourth quarter. It has to. I think the summertime was good, though.
Yeah.
Summertime is really what redeemed it, I feel like. And the fourth has been pretty solid, too. So what's your number 1, bro?
My number 1, I'm so mad because I got to see Corday, but I was going to see this guy as well. The Search by NF. I saw NF last year at a Logic concert. That was my first Logic concert, but it was NF, Kyle, and Logic. And, man, I enjoyed the concert, so I was like, I'll check this guy out. Met a couple people. They were, like, highly recommending him. Loved his third album. Went back to the second. It was pretty fire. Or it was not fire, but it was nice. But his first one, to me, was just trash. I'm sorry, NF. I love you. But this album, no skips. For me, no skips.
And, you know, it's funny. This actually was another album that X actually put me on, and I didn't like that shit.
It's
To be honest with you, I didn't like it. Like he had some stuff where I was like, okay, like he's in his feelings and shit. You could hear it. You could definitely hear it. And I know some other people that like him, but it just wasn't for me. And I can respect that, bro. Our lists were completely different. We had two though. We had two in there that were similar. So if we both liked them, I think y'all should check out some of the stuff on our top 5 list. So the next list that we have, X and I are doing 2 on separate lists. And these are our last 2 for the day. Appreciate you, Grant. These are our last 2 of the day. X's category. You want to tell them about it, bro?
So I love anime. That's my category. You want me to just go into my list or?
No, that's the format.
Bet. Okay. My bad. Head ass. But yeah. So I made a top 5 anime list that I enjoyed this year pretty much. My number 5. I know it's an OG, but I didn't watch it growing up. So like, my homie put me on. Shout out to Tristan. Put me on Bleach.
Okay.
He put me on Bleach. That was my That's why it's at 5 because I know it's an older anime, but it's like I had to give it props because it was part of the big 3 for a reason. Great characters, great story. I'm not finished with it. I think I'm at like episode 90 something, but my homie was already telling me once you're done watching it, read the manga to finish it off because apparently it got canceled apparently. But my number 4, Sword Art Online, I think it's season 3, I believe. Yeah, season 3. Well, it's weird. It's like 3 different parts, but
it looks interesting.
It is very interesting. Kitty, have you never seen the first one?
Nah.
Kirito is the main character, which is black hair dude. Pretty much like every season is different. Like the first season is how it all starts. Like they get trapped in the game. Second season, he gets into like some gun world, and then this season, completely different. Like, don't want to get into it, but I highly recommend it, bro. It's a GOAT.
Hell yeah.
To me at least. Number 3, you had it on your favorite shows, My Hero.
My
Hero. One of my new favorites. It's dope, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. Number 2, Attack on Titan.
Oh, I love Attack on Titan, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Attack on Titan is hard.
Oh my, and I read the manga, bro. So if you don't read it,
they just live in a fucked up world.
They do.
It is crazy over there.
Bro, and it's so funny because, like, Eren ain't shit. Like, he really isn't. Like, as a protagonist of a show, he is not shit, bro. But in the manga, because it's almost over, this nigga is probably the best protagonist to ever do it. Like, now that I'm thinking about it. But it's hard, though. It's hard because my number 1 is hands down my favorite anime character, manga, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that's One Piece.
Damn.
You killing me, bro. You saw I was done.
I've been using it all day. I've been using it the whole show.
I was done after the first one, and I tried a second time, couldn't do it.
It's a bag of 8. So.
But yeah, One Piece is hands down number 1 because it's perfect. Like, in my eyes, it's perfect from the world building to the characters, to the character development, to the fights, to the story, to God, bro.
And it's long.
It is long as fuck. But I promise you, if you could like sit down and just binge it, like I know it's like 800 plus episodes.
He said binge.
Binge.
My man said binge 800.
Binge.
How long will it take to binge 800?
Hey, to be honest, when it was at 700 something episodes, I binged it all in my summertime, bro. Like I took a break from school, legit would go to work. If I wasn't at work, I'd be watching this. I would cancel plans to stay home and watch this. This is how great it is. So if you don't watch One Piece, like I said, I highly recommend it. And if you happen to catch up, read the manga. I'm telling you, Goda, he's a GOAT.
I'll watch it one day. I have a lot of other animes on my list, but
I feel you.
I feel that though. I'm loving your list. Bleach, I hear nothing but good things. Honestly, your whole list, besides that sword one, I'm familiar with. But
okay.
The whole list seems solid and everything. Now it's time for my list, my special list. Now you know your boy loves music, so I thought it would be cool if I made a top 5 list of top 5 mixtapes of the decade.
Okay.
And this was challenging. It was challenging, but it wasn't at the same time.
I'm surprised you chose mixtapes over albums.
Nah, mixtapes because it's changed up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't drop mixtapes like that.
That is true.
There's a lot of people put their stuff on streaming platforms, so it doesn't really count as mixtapes as much as it used to.
Yeah.
But making this list was fun, and it's been real enjoyable. So number 5 for me, I'm gonna have to go with the boy 2 Chainz with True Religion. This I'm sorry. Am I fucking up? Am I fucking up right now? Did I put it in the wrong order? Hold on.
Boy.
No, yeah, 5 was it was my number 5. So True Religion is number 5.
Good job, Grant.
So now y'all see what my number 4 is. But yeah, number 5 was True Religion from 2 Chainz, and this is what introduced me to 2 Chainz, and it still jams. I listened to it Christmas Eve, I believe. Bro, it still rocks. The features he has a feature with Big Sean on there, and that's arguably probably one of my favorite Big Sean verses.
When you sent me, so T. Cole sent me a snap this morning. He was listening to this. Bro, I got in the shower listening to this, bro. And then after I listened to it.
I've been smoking, been rolling. Yo, hey.
And then after that, I played his first album, Isn't it True Religion?
I didn't really like it. I don't like 2 Chainz albums that much, bro.
Really?
That
the first 2, I love.
They're okay, but I don't get that same feeling I get when I listen to that. But my number 4 is going to have to go to Cold World with Friday Night Lights. This is before J. Cole dropped his album, and this mixtape was just so nice because shout out to my boy Micah. He put me on Cole, and I heard Get Up. That was the first song I ever heard from J. Cole when I actually used to use Pandora. And that's what made me like look into him a little bit more, and I heard Who Dat, and then I got on the warm-up because Micah told me about it. But Friday Night Lights, this was the album that came out pretty close before Sideline Story. And the features he had on here were nice. The samples he used were really dope. Not sure if you heard it before, but if you haven't,
I have. Don't disrespect me like that.
If you haven't heard Friday Night Lights and you're a J. Cole fan or you're a pretender J. Cole fan, listen to Friday Night Lights because it's fire. And like I said, these are top 5 mixtapes of the decade. The decade, not the year, the decade. So when I say listen to something, you better listen to what's on this 5.
It's still jams, and no, y'all don't have to listen to T. Cole, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. Number 3, I'm gonna have to get. Number 3, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy though. Everybody I talk to when I bring up the decade, this is the one that I hear the most when I bring it up. Say She Never Been. I'm gonna have to go with Cushion Orange Juice from my man Wiz. My man Wiz. I listened to this last week too, and I was like, yes. And this is what reminds me of like when I first got to Austin, because I still have some friends that I'm close with that I talk to. Some have moved away, but this right here, I really feel like it just reminds me so much of when I first got here, like back in 2007. And, you know, being 2010, being here for a few years, Cushion Orange Juice is fire. This is definitely the best you're ever going to hear from Wiz. Like, this right here, man. Number 2, I'm going to have to go with my boy Wale. More About Nothing. Seinfeld samples all over that bitch. Wordplay was nice. This is what really got me into Wale. Mixed by DJ Omega. Solid mixtape. I still listen to it on the regular. That's my favorite work from Wale, besides More About Nothing. And my number 1, I'm going to have to give it to my boy F.A.B. with Soul Tape 2. The Soul Tape series was nice. Arguably, I could have put 1 in there, but Soul Tape 2 was my favorite of the whole series. Had Louis Vuitton on there.
I actually listened to Soul Tape 2.
Yeah. Nice. Soul Tape 2 was nice. I loved it. Everything about it was dope. Babs in my top 5. If you listen to previous shows, I had mentioned that before. And when I thought about my list, I wanted it to be versatile. And there was a lot of stuff I was thinking about. I could have even did 10, but you know we had a lot of stuff we wanted to talk about. But that's my list, and I hope y'all enjoyed my top 5 mixtapes of the decade.
And I hope y'all enjoyed my top 5 animes.
Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed our first video cast of the Outnumbered Effect podcast. 2020 is going to be a big year.
We're
actually going to have some merch. We got these hoodies. We're going to have some shirts. We're going to have some shirts and stuff.
You see that, Grant? You see that?
Hey, OE, baby. OE.
Okay, I'm done.
But just the goal, my goal for 2020 is just to continue to motivate, continue to try to create, because I feel like whenever I'm creating, I feel the best and I feel the most positive. And Outnumbered Effect, we're about to do big things in 2020, and we appreciate everybody for listening to us, and we love y'all.
thank y'all for y'all support, man. Because at the end of the day, we cannot do what we do without y'all. So,
one time for the one time.
one time for the one time.
Oh,